Good morning everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app. You can attempt the quiz in this app and you can read detailed explanation. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. We have started a new channel, Civils Academy. You can subscribe to it if you want. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. Now, let's start. Prime Minister dedicated the 6,000 crore petrochemical complex of BPCL in which state? So, it was launched in Kerala at Kochi factory of BPCL. And recently, Prime Minister Modi dedicated this Bharat Petroleum's petrochemical complex for propylene derivatives. Now, this PDPP will produce acrylic acid, oxo alcohol and acrylites. Usually, these products are imported in India, but now with the help of this new plant, these will be manufactured in our country. The center is in Kerala. Recently, Kerala was because it opened its first human milk bank. Kerala was also in news because of India's first gender park. Kerala was also in news because of India's first labor movement museum. So, the first labor movement based museum is going to be set up in Kerala. Apart from that, Kerala was also in news because of this Kochi city, as the first route of water metro project of this Kochi city has been inaugurated recently. That's why it was in news. Apart from that, Kerala was also in news as Kerala government announced that it is going to set up and modernize mini museums. Kerala was also in news as it is the first state in our country to provide MSP for vegetables. Grand Anicut Canal System is located in which state? So, this is also known as Kalanai, and it is one of the oldest water regulating structure in the world, and it was constructed during Chola regime. Recently, it was in news because Prime Minister laid foundation stone for the extension, renovation and modernization of this Grand Anicut Canal System, and this is in Tamil Nadu. Recently, Tamil Nadu was in news as it will have 5th Tiger Reserve. Answer in comment box, what is the name of this Tiger Reserve? We discussed this question a couple of days ago. Now, Tamil Nadu was also in news because it won Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy, and it is a T20 tournament related to cricket. Recently, one more news was related to cricket, and recently BCCI announced that it is not going to organize Ranji Trophy this year. The secretary of BCCI is Jay Shah. Recently, he was in news as he became the chief of Asian Cricket Council. This Asian Cricket Council organizes Asia Cup. Now, BCCI is Indian body for cricket. At international level, we have ICC, that is International Cricket Council. Headquarters is in Dubai. There is one more ICC, it is International Criminal Court. It is based on Rome Statute, and India is not a party to this organization. The headquarters of this International Criminal Court is in The Hague. Olympus Mons, which was in news recently, is the largest in the solar system. So it is the largest volcano in the solar system, and it is present in the planet Mars. And it is a type of shield volcano, and it is over 2 times the height of Mount Everest. Why it was in news? Because recently the HOPE mission of UAE sent the images of Mars, and this recently captured the Olympus Mons volcano. So this is the largest volcano in the solar system. The HOPE probe is a mission on Mars by UAE. Recently, Tianwen-1 was also in news. It is also a mission on Mars, and it is by China. Apart from that, NASA's mission for Mars was also in news, and it is Perseverance. So you just need to remember the name along with the appropriate country. So NASA is the space agency of USA. NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Apart from that, NASA was also in news because of its first helicopter for Mars, and it is Ingenuity. Answer in comment box, which planet is known as Earth's twin? Bayern Munich, which won the final of FIFA Club World Cup in Qatar, is the football club of which country? So it is a football club of Germany, and recently it won the FIFA Club World Cup, and it held in Qatar. Qatar is a country in West Asia. The capital of Qatar is Doha. Qatar is the host of FIFA 2022 World Cup. Recently, Doha was in news because of US-Taliban peace deal. Taliban is a militant group of Afghanistan. Recently, Afghanistan was in news because India and Afghanistan signed an agreement for the development of Sahtut Dam. So, Bayern Munich defeated the Mexico's Tigres UANL in the final and won the tournament. Which organization endorsed the first ever voluntary guidelines on food systems and nutrition? So this was endorsed by CFS, that is Committee on World Food Security, and this endorsed the first ever voluntary guidelines on the food system and nutrition. Please note that the CFS is an international and intergovernmental platform, and it is co-funded by United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, that is UNFAO. FAO stands for Food and Agriculture Organization. The headquarters of FAO is in Rome. It is in Italy. UN stands for United Nations. Now recently FAO was in news as it completed 75 years, and on this occasion India released a commemorative coin. At present, the Director General of FAO is Q Dongyu. The parent organization of FAO is United Nations Economic and Social Council. Finance Ministry is to infuse a capital of amount into the 3 state-owned general insurance companies. So 3,000 crore will be infused into the government general insurance companies, and this will be done by the Finance Ministry. Amount is 3,000 crore. So these 3 companies are NICL, that is National Insurance Company Limited, UIICL, that is United India Insurance Company Limited, and Oriental Insurance Company Limited. Apart from that, the government decided to increase the authorized share capital of these companies. So the authorized share capital of NICL is 7500 crores. The authorized share capital of UIICL and OICL is 5,000 crore rupees each. Now recently, 3 more companies were in news as IRDAI, that is Insurance Regulator, gave the status of DSII, that is Domestic Systemically Important Insurers, to 3 companies, and these 3 companies are LIC, General Insurance Corporation of India, and New India Assurance Corporation. Now please note that during recent budget it was announced that the IPO of LIC will be launched. IRDAI stands for Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. The headquarters of IRDAI is in Hyderabad. Now this IRDAI is a 10-member body including chairperson, 5 full-time members and 4 part-time members. Mahatma Gandhi National Fellowship Program has been launched by which union ministry? So this has been launched by Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. This is a nationwide program which has been launched in partnership with various IIM, that is Indian Institute of Management, and this has been launched as a part of Sankalp initiative. What is Sankalp? It stands for Skill Acquisition and Knowledge Awareness for Livelihood Promotion Scheme. Now for the skill development in our country, there is an initiative and it is Skill India initiative, and the implementation authority for this initiative is NCDC, that is National Skill Development Corporation, and this was set up by Finance Ministry as per PPP model. What is PPP? It is Public-Private Partnership. So in this NCDC, Government of India hold 49% of the stakes through Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and rest 51% is with private sector. This NCDC is a not-for-profit organization. Which country has launched cargo ship with supplies to ISS, that is International Space Station? So this country is Russia, and it has launched this initiative Progress MS-16. So with this, it successfully loaded the supplies for ISS, that is International Space Station. Now please note that this ISS is a collaboration of different space agencies, and it is habitable artificial satellite in low Earth orbit, and this is a collaboration of NASA, that is the space agency of USA, Roscosmos, it is the space agency of Russia, JAXA, it is the space agency of Japan, ESA, that is the space agency of Europe, and CSA, that is the space agency of Canada. So this International Space Station is the largest satellite in low Earth orbit, and since it is in low Earth orbit, it can be visible from naked eye. As per recent report, startups founded in which Indian city are more than in San Francisco in the past 5 years? So answer is Bengaluru. That means the number of startups founded in Bengaluru has been higher than in San Francisco. San Francisco is in USA, Bengaluru is in Karnataka. So recently a report was released in this context, and it was released by Traction. So this is a name of company which track the investment. As per this report, in terms of startups, Bengaluru is on top position and it surpassed San Francisco. Now, in the context of startups, there is initiative Startup India. It is an initiative by Commerce Ministry. It was launched in 2016. Recently, it completed 5 years. On that occasion, the Commerce Ministry, in association with BIMSTEC, organized Prarambh initiative. This Prarambh Summit was organized on the occasion of 5 years of this Startup India scheme. And recently, Commerce Ministry notified 945 crore rupees seed fund for startups. The headquarters of BIMSTEC is in Dhaka. Dhaka is the capital of Bangladesh. Recently, Bangladesh was in news as the tri-service contingent of Bangladesh participated in our Republic Day ceremony. Recently, during this Republic Day ceremony, different states presented their tableau and the tableau of Uttar Pradesh won the first prize. It was the tableau of Ram Temple. Recently, Uttar Pradesh was in news as it is the first state in our country to present paperless budget. Which country announced its liberalized guidelines to its national mapping policy and geospatial data. So this has been announced by India, and recently DST, that is Department of Science and Technology, announced major changes to its mapping policy. Now, this was done to enable the Indian companies to access the modern mapping technologies. Now, there is no restriction on the acquisition and production of geospatial data and geospatial data services, including maps. DST is under MST, that is Ministry of Science and Technology. Under this, 2 departments are there. One is DBT, another is DST. Which Indian state has launched MA scheme to provide meal at 5 rupees to the poor people. So this has been done by West Bengal. The Chief Minister is Mamata Banerjee. The name of scheme is MA. Objective is to provide subsidized meal to the poor people. Recently, West Bengal was also in news because of first tram library. It was also in news because of first boat library. Apart from that, the biggest solar tree was installed in West Bengal recently. West Bengal was also in news because of India's first underwater metro project. In addition to that, the state was also in news because of Sarkar Aapke Dwar initiative. So these were the most important questions. Now, we are going to cover important news events. So first is related to China. So recently, China surpassed USA and now China is the biggest trading partner of European Union. Next is related to cricket. So Naman Ojha recently announced his retirement. He was a cricketer. Next is Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry. So Lieutenant Governor was Kiran Bedi. Recently, she has been removed as the LG of Puducherry and the additional charge was given to Governor of Telangana, and the Governor of Telangana is Tamilisai Soundarajan. Next is Dickinsonia. So the fossils of world's earliest known living animal were found recently, and it is Dickinsonia, and these fossils were found in Bhimbetka rock shelters, and Bhimbetka caves are in Madhya Pradesh. Next is Aman 2021. So this was a exercise organized by Pakistan and this was organized in Arabian Sea. Next is Iran-Russia maritime exercise. So India had joined this navy exercise of Iran and Russia. Next is NS Vishwanathan. So recently Reserve Bank of India constituted 8-member expert committee on the primary urban cooperative banks, and this committee will be headed by NS Vishwanathan. This committee has been constituted to examine the issues faced by these urban cooperative banks and to suggest the measures to strengthen this sector. Next is Ajay Mathur. So Mr. Mathur was in news as he became the new DG, that is Director General of ISA. What is ISA? It is International Solar Alliance. Who was previous Director General? He was Upendra Tripathi. What is ISA? ISA is the first treaty-based international organization to be based in India. Headquarters of ISA is in Gwal Pahadi in Gurugram in Haryana. And the foundation of ISA is based on the COP21. That is Conference of Parties number 21. It was organized in Paris in 2015. Next is M. Rama Joyce. So former judge and former governor of Bihar and Jharkhand, M. Rama Joyce passed away recently. Next is Best Marching Contingent Trophy. So this trophy was given to Delhi Police. Next is Kanchot Festival. So this festival was celebrated in the Chenab Valley region of Jammu and Kashmir. Next is E-Chhauni. So recently Defense Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurated this E-Chhauni initiative, and this is a portal to provide the municipality services to the cantonment boards. Next is Abhyudaya scheme. So it is a scheme by Uttar Pradesh, and as per this scheme, state government will provide the coaching facilities to the students for JEE and for NEET. Next is Preeti Sinha. So recently Preeti Sinha was in news as she has been appointed as the Executive Secretary of United Nations Capital Development Fund. Next is Priyanka Goswami. So recently Priyanka Goswami from Uttar Pradesh was in news as she won the Women National Open Race Walking Championship, and this championship held in Ranchi. Ranchi is in Jharkhand. In male category, Sandeep Kumar won this championship. Next is related to some sites in Nepal. So 3 locations were in news. One is Seto Machendranath Temple, second is Dharamsala at Budh Nilkant, and third is conservation of Kumari Home. So India is going to support Nepal for the conservation and restoration of these 3 cultural heritage sites. That means India is going to provide the financial support to the Nepal for these 3 sites. So in exam they may ask you that, for example, this Seto Machendranath Temple is situated in which country? Next is Sanctuary Lifetime Services Award. So this was given to S. Theodore Bhaskaran. Next is Tunisia. So recently Tunisia was in news as Indian Economic Trade Organization signed an agreement with Tunisia to boost up the economic ties between India and Tunisia. Next is jute. So recently a jute seed distribution scheme was announced. Under the scheme, jute seeds will be given to the farmers, and this will help in the increment of farmers' income. Why so? And these seeds will be distributed with the help of National Seeds Corporation. So this initiative was recently rolled out by Textiles Minister Smriti Irani. Next is Sigur Plateau. So this is in Tamil Nadu in the Nilgiri Hills. Recently it was in news because black stork was spotted in the Sigur Plateau in Nilgiris in Tamil Nadu. Usually this black stork is not found in this area. As per IUCN status, the status of black stork is least concern. Next is malaria. So as per recent report, malaria is the region of highest number of death in terms of death by vector-borne diseases. And last is Ravichandran Ashwin. So he became the second highest wicket taker in test matches after Anil Kumble. So these were the most important questions and news events. Thank you, and that's all for the day.